Hi everyone, this is Saul Maraney from Johannesburg, South Africa, and today I've got on the line Derek Thomas. Derek has just brought out a fantastic new program that I reviewed once last night and again today, and it's going to be releasing very shortly to the market. So I'm glad to have this opportunity to talk to Derek. And Derek, thank you so much for this opportunity and for speaking to me today. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you, Saul. Happy to be here. Appreciate you taking the time to interview me. It's great to know you. Appreciated the time.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure. And you've come out with your new system, which is the M.A.P affiliate system, and we'll get to that in a moment. But first, I'd like to ask you, how did you get into internet marketing? How long have you been doing it for? And, what excites you about this line of work?
Well, what excites me is the reason I got into it in the first place, and that's just the potential of being able to be your own boss. In essence, the freedom that brings with it, and I'm sure that's a reason why a lot of people begin to explore a career in internet marketing, and that's what I did. I always saw such huge potential in the internet and being able to make money from home or make money from anywhere, and so I began researching and trying to do what so many others do and figure out how it all works. What's the secret, and that caused a lot of dabbling. I tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and never really did anything really. The change for me, I don't know if you've ever heard of Ed Dale's 30-day challenge. I don't even think he does that anymore, but it was in 2009. I went through the challenge, but what really got me started was in this challenge learning about keyword research, and in learning about it, it just really clicked, and I noticed a lot of people didn't like to do it or were having trouble, or you just didn't want to take the time. So I kind of got the idea to start offering it as a service for hire in the Warrior Forum, and it was through doing that I started making my first money online, and that was in 2009, early 2010. And so I started providing services, and then from there got into product creation and taking all these things that I was learning and putting them into practice and sharing them with others. So that's how I got my start.
Oh, excellent. Sure. So that's 2009 is 5 years ago, and it's almost a lifetime ago in internet marketing speak, because it moves. Everything is moving at such a rapid pace. So you started, and then you went into the services with the keyword research, and yeah, that's very interesting that you chose almost a necessary service that a lot of people don't want to do, and you got involved in offering those services. And what have you enjoyed more, the product creation side or the services side?
Well, it's a tough, because as much as I enjoyed selling and providing the services, I really love the product creation, and this new WSO that you'll be asking about in just a little bit, we'll be talking about. It's not my first, but it's my first in a while, and so I'm back focusing on product creation, because I just as amazing as the services are, they are a lot of work, pretty time consuming, and yeah, so I love both, but product creation is just where I'm headed, wanting to share this information and this training with others.
Oh, great. Wow. So you are back on the scene, and Derek's back now to be releasing WSOs, and I've been through your WSO. It is a great system. I like how you've laid it out, that there are 5 modules, and you've named it the M.A.P affiliate system. Can you tell us about the M.A.P affiliate system, how you came up with the name, and for people that invest in your WSO, what are they going to be learning?
Well, I just know for me, the reason that it took so long to really start to see any real success was because I was trying a little bit of this and a little bit of that and didn't really have any clear direction. And it was through going through Ed Dale's training that I did get the idea to start offering these services, but I also just learned a wealth of knowledge. And again, that was back in 2009, but I haven't stopped learning. And one of the things that I have learned and constantly see others struggling with is this idea of knowing where they are and trying to get to where they want to be, but not really knowing the steps in between. And so what I try and specialize in creating is really actionable, step-by-step, how to get from here to there. And so that's the idea of MAP. It's a map to get from where you are to where you want to be, specifically using affiliate marketing in a very simple way. Traditionally, I guess people try and select a product and put all of their eggs in that one basket, and I take the approach of trying to not put all of your eggs in that one basket, diversify, and the MAP system teaches you how to do that. So it's a map to get from here to there, but it also stands for the three main steps of the process. M, meaning make your affiliate site. A, adding your affiliate offers, the right ones, and P, promoting for profit, which sounds really simple, and it is, but I wanted to really flesh this out in such a way because as simple as it might sound, a lot of times people aren't actually implementing these steps, and so they find themselves like getting halfway along the way and then deciding that it doesn't work. But the reality is it works. You didn't follow the map, and you didn't stay the course. And so that's what I'm trying to convey in this WSO is just staying the course and outlining the specific course that is perfect for whether you are just starting out or even if you are just trying to add a new resource to your toolkit if you're a more experienced marketer. So that's the idea of MAP, the affiliate marketing system.
Oh, great. Well, as I said, I've been through your course twice, and I like your map idea, and I think it's 100% accurate. I mean, first of all, if we don't know where we're going, there's no way that we can get there. So if as you point out in your course, is that you were born in New Orleans, and now you live in a different city, you live in Washington, and however one was traveling from one city to the other, if you don't have a map, there's no way that you're going to get there. And at the same time, one has to stick to the plan, because if one has to turn around and then start again, it's so many opportunity costs, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and also people, as you say, are just always dabbling in so many different WSOs, or they dabbling in different ideas. And I firmly believe is that if one sticks to one process, you will see results a lot quicker. I also like that you've laid it out in a clearly defined way, which gives people the step-by-step instructions and a system that is definitely proven to work. You've referenced other guys that are using your system. And yeah, I mean, it's a very, very solid WSO. I actually saw a bus in Johannesburg the other day, and it says if you don't know where you're going, no bus will take you there. And it's so true, is that, what's quite amazing for me is just the sheer volume of WSOs that are coming out every day, and JV Zoo launches that are coming out every day, and there's shiny objects. And as you said, is that so many people have dabbled in these different shiny objects, and all of them are the majority of them are really wonderful, but they're not all needed. And I think what your course is going to show people how to do is actually shift from a buyer's mentality into a seller's mentality. And for me, that's hell of a important. And yeah, I mean, your course is great, and I just for anyone that's listening to this, as I said, I've been through it. Derek is a great guy. This is a great course. Derek, I'm sure you've been around for a while, and you've seen people come and you've seen people go, and I'm sure you've also even done services for people that maybe didn't even implement the services that you've charged them for and they paid for. And as we were speaking about earlier, I'm in a mastermind that I've paid to get in, and you're in a mastermind that you've paid to get in. And so many times it's like not even an 80-20 principle, it's almost like a 90-10 principle, that so many times people, they may even pay, but they don't implement what they pay for. Why do you think that is? Why do you think, as you say in your course, so many people just buy this information and almost sabotage themselves and don't implement it?
That's a great question, and I imagine it might be different for a lot of people, but I know for me, really before I started focusing on one system, and the reason I know I was bouncing around is because I guess there was this constant search for easier, for newer, for better, for, I don't know, and for me, I wanted to have a complete, like, knowledge about everything, and because I was trying to learn about everything, that I ended up doing nothing, and that's one reason. And another reason, I think, which might even be the bigger reason, is because while making money online is simple, it's not always easy, in the sense like the steps are really really clear. You just have to actually implement them, and I guess there is a sense where people just don't want to do the work, and so maybe that's why they consume this information, and it's not the magic bullet maybe that they were hoping for. No push button riches. I heard a quote one time. It said, "There are no overnight success stories. You just hear about them overnight." And the point was that they were success stories long in the making. And so maybe that's why people are hoping to get from point A to point Z, overnight, and they're not willing to go through B and C and D to get there. And so they get bored or they get distracted. I know that's what I've seen and experienced personally, as well as with the many clients and customers that I've dealt with.
Interesting. Wow, it's great to hear your point of view on that. My point of view is I agree 100% with what you're saying, and just to back that up is that how you opened up your training is that I saw that you do the canoeing, and the canoeing is, I'm big into my sports as well. I do a lot of marathon running, and I think in marathon, I don't do canoeing, I've never done canoeing, but I know in marathon running, it's like 80% mindset and 20% comes down to the fitness level. I mean, all the guys are fit anyway there, and it's mindset. So you have to be, as you said, so focused and laser focused, and have a coach and have a like-minded group of guys that you hanging around with, because it does get lonely as well. And if you're not focused, it's you can hurt yourself in this business, because these JV Zoo launches in particular, and the Warrior Forum launches, but what we've got to remember is that they probably paid $10,000 to get that sales letter written, and they're using all the correct graphics and colors. So you're taking your life into your own hand almost if you go and read that sales letter, because there's a good chance you are going to purchase. And one has to just be careful, because if you've got a very nice landing page creator or WordPress theme, you don't need 10 themes. It's just really not necessary. And so I think there's a lot of people that are sitting out with 5 landing page creators, but they're not using any of them. Do you agree with me?
100%, absolutely. And there's this idea of it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be good enough. And I know I would always want to try and recreate like the guru lifestyle overnight, and it wasn't until I actually started taking steps and actually taking action on what I had, and doing something rather than just like buying more products or consuming more information, started taking like action and concrete steps, that I started seeing results. And it is a process, but you're right. I can't even guess like how many people are sitting on so many different landing page creators but don't have one up. And I think I can't remember who it was, but they asked the question of like, someone came to them and said, well, how can I make money online? And they, had claimed to be a struggling affiliate marketer, an internet marketer, and so they came to this guy, how do I make money online? And the question was, okay, well, show me your website or show me your landing page. And they said, well, I don't have one. And that's kind of the answer right there. You know, have all this knowledge, but you haven't done anything with it, and so just do something with it, and you'll start seeing results.
100%, 100%. And I think, I think that's the beauty of your program. And I think, what you said there is it allows you to earn while you learn. So that's so important. And I think it's a nice, it's a great model because as you say, you're not putting your eggs into one basket, and you teach people about setting up their home base and then growing their email list and promoting. And I mean, those are the key steps, and it's not rocket science, but these are the key steps. And I think once we have that in place, as you show, you're setting yourself up for a much greater chance of success. It's a huge pie, and even with one small part of the pie, you're doing tremendously well. And it's like you with your canoeing or me with my running. I'm not going to come first in, but I can beat my personal best and I can enjoy it, and it's many benefits in terms of camaraderie and health reasons, etc. And it's the same thing with affiliate marketing. You can quite easily earn money and replace a job maybe that you hate if you put in that persistence. But at the same time, you're probably not going to earn 7 figures in your first year, and it would be unrealistic to think that you would be.
Yeah, exactly. But you usually, you won't get there unless you start where you are. And that's kind of the idea of the whole map, of starting right where you are, knowing where you want to be, and saying, like, here are the steps in between. So take action and head in that direction.
Great, I agree with you. And I think also, just what I like about your course also, and it's a great, people will see this inside the course, and your course really addresses this, but it's very interesting because as I was telling you last night when we were communicating via chat, is that I've spent 6 years in the hypnosis niche, and I grew a buyers list of over 8,000 people, but over 6 years, I kept on re-promoting my existing products to my client base, and they kept on buying. And what I see a problem in this industry, and I'd like your opinion on this, is that there's a new launch, there's a new WSO, there's a new Warrior Forum special offer, there's a new JB Zoo launch, and like guys are promoting it for 2-3 days, and then people never promote that ever again. So there could have been a fantastic WSO that came out 2 months ago, and if you're not promoting it anymore because now there's something else to promote, it's a shame. And I think that once you've set up your home base and you've done a review on that, and then you send people back to your home base in terms of your blog and your authority blog, then they could stumble upon that, and they probably will, on that great review that you did 2 months ago of a great product that could really help them, and then they can still purchase that product there and then. And so many times, like, the majority of the affiliate marketers are just like promoting what's new for today, and I think that's a total shame because, as we say, there was a great product 2 months ago and it's not any less relevant now, but just because it's not from this week, most guys have forgotten about it, and I think what a shame, and your course really does address that, actually.
I agree, and that was part of the huge reason why I adopted this model and am sharing it in this WSO, because a lot of times in these new launches, there's some really big names involved and promotes it heavily, and if you're just starting out, you might feel a little intimidated, or you might not be able to make as much headway with that as you would like. And then, like you said, it does fizzle out after 3 days, but that doesn't mean that the information is not still valuable, and it doesn't mean that you as an affiliate can't still profit from it. Information from 2 years ago is very likely going to be outdated, but information from 2 months ago, things do change, but you don't have to keep buying every single new WSO, because the ones released last week still contain some really helpful information for you, and absolutely profit from that.
Well, that's great, and I'd like to be maybe one of the first to welcome you back. We need more guys like you. I'm really excited about your product. Let's tell the listeners, when is your product launching? Can you give us some specifics of when the product's launching and how you're pricing this one?
It launches December the 6th, which is Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that launches in the Warrior Forum as a WSO through Warrior Plus. And so Saturday is when the doors open, and we will be ready for business and happy to help you get started down a map of your own.
Wonderful. Okay, great. And when someone picks up your front end, can they expect a upsell, a one-time offer as well?
Yes. In the M.A.P system, I teach you how to first make an affiliate site. Make an affiliate site in an easy way, and also a way that's going to set you up for success. And there is some initial setup to getting that in place. And a part of that is just filling that site with content. So for an upsell, for an OTO, $9, made it really affordable. I have pre-created some content for you and have just made that available for sale. So the front-end M.A.P offer is going to teach you everything that you need to set this up for yourself. And even though it's a really easy system to run, there's always those initial setup involved. And while not time-consuming, it is probably the most time-consuming of the whole process. And so in the OTO, I just decided to do it for you and make it available, and that's $9.
Awesome. Well, that's great. So your product will be starting at the front end, starting at $4, going up on a dime sale. Then there's the OTO. And guys, as I say, you've seen I have only ever promoted products that I've reviewed. Derek's one is a really great one. I think it's perfect for newbies. I think it's perfect for people that are looking to recreate themselves and actually have a solid base coming into the new year and beyond. And, Derek, thank you. I really have enjoyed speaking to you. I'd like to ask you, in closing, for anyone that's listening to this interview or watching it and maybe have been battling a little bit or even stagnated, what would be your one bit of advice to that person today?
My one bit of advice is to have a coach. Have somebody who is helping you stay on the right path, somebody who's ahead of you in the game, who can support, assist, bounce off ideas off of. I know all my life it has been true that when I've had a coach, a mentor, someone helping me along, that I've seen success, whether that was in sports or business or whatever. And so, yeah, I do recommend you. I think that this WSO is going to be helpful for you, and I do hope that you pick that up. But big picture, no matter what you do, have a coach. I know it worked for me.
Awesome. Well, I agree, and I've got a coach, and I think it's virtually impossible to make it in this business without a coach. I think that comes along with that as well, like-minded guys that you can speak to, because many times people that aren't online and in this space, almost it's hard to relate to them. And as I said before earlier, I mean, it's almost 2 a.m. here in Johannesburg, and I'm working, and it does get a bit lonely, but it's nice to be able to network and be with people that understand you. So Derek, thank you. Really, I've appreciated your time. I wish you all the best of luck. I will be supporting you. Guys, anyone that's been watching this, it's Saul Maraney from Johannesburg, South Africa. Jump on this product when it comes out for $4. That's where it's starting. I think it just makes absolutely no sense not to get it, because Derek has given almost an overload of information and resources. Derek's going to be one of the guys that you can look out for in the future, because he's getting started again and he's a solid chap, which I really appreciate your time, Derek, and thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
Thank you, Saul. It's been a pleasure.
Great. Guys, Saul Maraney, take action. Buy Derek's course, read it. If you don't go through it, it's a waste of time, but I trust that you are going to go through it, and we'll speak to you guys soon. Thank you very much.